So Google AdWords, it's basically taking over the world one click at a time. So in this section, what we're going to learn is what is AdWords and how the platform works, what are the tools available, and then how to build and launch our first campaign. That's our goal today, is at the end of the session for you to be able to launch your own campaign on your own. So let's start with AdWords. So what is it and how does it work? Basically, Google AdWords is ads on the web. That's the gist of it. It's how Google makes money. It's how 96% of the revenue is generated, according to Investopedia. So Google AdWords is a Google product. Like Gmail is a Google product. Google Docs is a Google product. Google Maps is a Google product. Just that this is the big revenue maker or money maker. And so within the AdWords umbrella, there's three main ad products. So the first one is search marketing. And search marketing is everything you see here in blue. So this is a page in Google. Whenever you go to search for red jeans, you'll see all these ads. If these ads look slightly different, that's because Google runs a lot of A/B tests and things change over time. But that's the main gist, basically. You search for something, they'll show you an ad relevant to your search. Then there's the Google Display Network. And the Google Display Network is ads that are placed around different pages on the web. So here's an example of two banners on the New York Times, both Google ads. Here's an example of another display ad, but this one is text only, so you can have both banners and text ads. And then here's an example of a contextual ad. So this is a baby shower website. This article is about baby shower decoration ideas, and here's some decoration and favor ideas for your baby shower. So the ad that you're seeing is relevant to the content that you're reading. And last but not least, there's remarketing that you can do through the display network. So I went to Frank and Oak. I visited their website. They dropped a little cookie on my browser. And now wherever I go, they show me this modern swag under $50, shop now. And so they're able to get exposure to me as a potential user over and over again through remarketing. And last but not least, there's the product listing ads. So if you go on Google and you search for something that appears to be a product, my example is wall clock, you'll see this section up here. And if you hover over the sponsored little bubble, you'll basically see this. Based on your search query, we think you're trying to find a product. Clicking this box will show you results from providers who can fulfill your request. Google may be compensated for some of these providers. And so those are just product listing ads. So a company like Fab might use those because they have a lot of products. They have a large inventory. Amazon might be using those. And here are other retailers that are using those. For today, though, we're going to focus solely on search marketing. So when you get started with AdWords, chances are you want to deal with search marketing. It's also the most, what I found to be the highest ROI driver. So for the amount of money you spend, you get the most out of it. And it's also a good way to introduce you to the platform. So, okay, why AdWords? Look, cute cat. So AdWords is awesome. So it's a great platform to drive relevant traffic. That's also known as intent-driven marketing. And intent is a word you're going to hear over and over again throughout this presentation. So intent-driven marketing means that the person you're reaching has the intention of buying something or of performing an action. That means sales. That means money. That's incredible. It's ideal to acquire. It's an ideal channel to acquire new customers. Again, high intent, and users are lower in the sales funnel. So I'll talk about that in the next slide. And then AdWords, another nifty thing you can do with AdWords is use it to run quick tests. So basically, your ads are live within 10 minutes. So SEO is more like a long-term game where you do changes, and those changes will reflect over a few weeks, a few months. Maybe it'll take you half a year to a year to rank for certain keywords. With AdWords, you literally create your ads, and they're live within 10 minutes. It's immediate exposure. And then you can use that to test product ideas. So maybe in your medical device company example, you want to test your positioning. You could drive ads and see what positioning converts the best. So you can drive traffic with ads to see what positioning or headline converts the best. You can also test an entire product. Right, so you're launching a company. If you were to launch, let's say you have 2 different product ideas, you don't know what to go with first, you can use AdWords to test that. For a given set of keywords, you can highlight different features of your product and see what gets the best response in the market. So about the funnel. This is a funnel. There are many funnels that you'll see when it comes to customer conversion. But for our case, we're going to think about the discovery, and that's usually what social media sources are good for. So you're on Twitter, Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, and you find about a product. You're like, oh, this is kind of interesting. And then you realize, like, actually, I kind of need this. Like, I want these latest Nike shoes. Like, I need running shoes. I need new running shoes. I'm going to go ahead and look for those shoes. And so then you consider, what are your shoes options when it comes to running shoes? And so you're going to go on AdWords and you're going to start searching, best running shoes, most popular shoes for triathletes. And that's really where AdWords comes in. So you're further down the funnel and you're much closer to converting and spending money. And that's why AdWords is able to be such a money maker for Google. Okay, so how does Google know which ads to show? It's all about relevancy. So you need to have a relevant keyword, relevant ad, and a relevant landing page. So again, you have a high intent. You're searching for red running shoes. You, as a searcher, want to see an ad about red running shoes. You don't want to see pants or laptops or Apple TVs. You want to see what you search for. So all those need to be tied together. So what is a relevant keyword? Does anybody know what a keyword is? Any idea what yes, go for it.
It's like what you type into Google to search.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. So a keyword can be a word or a group of words. So in this example, yogurt is a keyword. Greek yogurt is also a keyword. So it's basically a word or a phrase. And as you said, it's basically a search query. So in search marketing, you basically bid on those keywords. So you as an advertiser will say, okay, you will identify which keywords are relevant to the product you're offering, and then you will bid on them, and then your ads will start showing for those keywords. So the way to think about it is, what would your ideal user search for on Google when they're thinking about potentially buying your product? And so if you're able to bid on keywords that answer this question, then you're headed in the right direction. Does that make sense for everybody? Yeah, okay. And so every Google search is a real-time auction. So many advertisers want to bid for many keywords. Whenever you enter a search query, an auction happens in the background, and that's how Google determines which ads to show, how to rank them. And there are a few factors affecting the auction. And the 2 general ones is the max CPC. So that's the maximum amount of dollars you're willing to pay for a click. So not somebody just seeing your ad, but actually clicking on your ad. And then the second one is quality score, and we'll explore this notion of quality score later on. So keep that in mind.